Hello, this is a practice video to help you as you go home and practice Daydreams. This piece isn't quite as hard as you think it is. There's really only four sections you need to work on. The saxophone part, I will say, is a little bit more challenging than some of the other parts, but I think you guys have got it. So we're going to work on the first 8 measures first, and we're going to chunk it, play it slow, and play it together. You can play it with me, and then you can find the time stops in the bottom. I'll try to put them in the description, and go back every single time to that time stop so you can keep getting reps in playing the first 8 measures until you really feel solid on it and you feel like you're playing it with me. All right, so we're going to go slow. I want you to focus on playing with your best sound, matching the sound that I'm producing as well, and taking it slow and leisurely enough that you're zoned in on playing it well with a good sound, and play it slow, play it soft, too. So try to play as soft as you can. If you want to, the first time I play through, I'll play through it and you can just sing and finger first so that you can hear my sound, and then go back to that timestamp, go back and then play it with me the second time. We're gonna breathe on beat 1 together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna play it one more time, even slower. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Keep doing that a couple of times. Get a couple reps in playing it. Once you feel comfortable, it might take you a couple days, and that's perfectly fine. If after a couple of days or whatever, come back to this video and continue on from this point forward to work on some more sections of the piece. These next sections are going to be very, very easy if you've already mastered those first 8 pages. If you feel comfortable in those first, 8 measures. If you feel comfortable in those first 8 measures, these are going to be super easy. If you want to sing your note names first, that's fine. If you want to play along the first time, you can. I'm going to take it slow. We're going to be at measure 17 this time. Measure 17. So 4 beats, and we'll breathe on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you notice about this section? It's exactly the same as those first 8 measures. It's the same thing. So just by mastering those first 8 measures, you've now mastered 16 measures, because 17 is exactly the same thing. Now we're going to go to 31, measure 31. Cool. Rep 17 a couple times, make sure you're comfortable with that. Now we're going to go to 31. You can play with me. 2, 3, 4. Once again, exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. So now you know 24 measures of the piece, just like that. Super easy and quick. 24 measures of the piece have now been learned. 47 to the end now. 47 to the end. Play with me. We're going to take it slow. 2, 3, 4. 47 is the same thing as those other measures. You basically know now 32 measures of this piece is learned. That's more than half of the piece is learned just by mastering those first 8 measures. Make sure you can play all of this really well. You can play with me as I'm playing here. Make sure you can play all of this really well before you move on to the next section. Again, it might take a couple days. That's okay, even a week. But if you feel comfortable with those sections, we're going to move on to the final 3 sections that are left. There's only really 3 more things you have to learn how to play. So the first one for you guys, and this is where it gets a little bit challenging, but it's not super hard. I think you can handle it fine. The most challenging section, I think, is at measure 39. So come with me to measure 39 so that we're working on the hardest stuff first, so the rest of it comes off to be easy. Measure 39, put your finger on it, and I want you to go to one measure before that, the 4th beat. So you notice we have 2 eighth notes on that 4th beat, and they take us into measure 39. So those are what we call a pickup. So you're going to play the pickup into 39, which means you're going back 1 beat. So you're playing beat 4 of 38, essentially, into 39. Let me show you what it would be like. So I'll give you 3 beats, 2, 3, 4, and 1 is what it'll be. 1, 2, 3. Here I go again. Look, put your finger on it for me. 1 beat before 39. 2. Good, now I'm going to play the whole set at 39 here. And I don't think the saxophone part has the new note at all. E, saxes, you don't have to play E at all. The clarinets might actually have the harder part here. Here we go, into 39. Pick up to 39, you can play with me, you can sing and finger first. 1, 2. Notice those last 2 measures going into 47 are exactly the same thing that we've been playing in the other parts. There's a lot of repetition to this, and the more you get used to it, the easier it's going to be. I promise you're going to be able to play this piece fine on the concert. 39, a little bit slower now. Here we go. Pick up into 39, so we're playing 1 beat before. 1, 2. The next most difficult section of this piece, so make sure you loop that a couple times till it feels comfortable. Once it feels comfortable, you move on to this next section. 9. Measure 9 is the next most difficult part that we have. And it's not awful, I don't think, for you guys. So we're going to play it slow. Here we go, measure 9. 1, 2, 3. Does that sound familiar? Last 2 measures of that are exactly the same thing we've been doing. Go back, rep that a couple of times. That part's a little bit easier than all the other stuff. So if you've mastered everything else, this will be fairly easy to pick up. 25 is the last section, and I think this one's probably the easiest section of the whole song. 25, we're going to play the pickup into it. So go put your finger on 25, go back 1 beat, and that's where we're starting. It should be B, D, B. B, D, B. 2, 3, B, D, B. Cool? We're going to go right into 25. You can play along with me. We'll take it slow first, then I'll go fast. 1, 2. And then we're going to play it a little bit faster. 1, 2. And then you're back to that same thing you've always played. I hope that this helps. Happy practicing.